Hey everyone, Royzer here. Today we're going to be talking about the release of Call of Duty Vanguard and my impressions. Been seeing a lot of positive and negative reviews on the Twitter, internet about the game, so I thought why not throw in my 2 cents. I'm just going to mash up a bit of gameplay, the good and the bad, and I'll give you my thoughts on the game as a whole. So, for people that don't know, the very small people that don't know what Call of Duty is, it's a very casual multiplayer shooter, very easy to pick up, and I guess you could say harder to master. But very casual audience. But it has been running for at least, I think it's coming on. It's over 12. It's at least 12 to 15 years. It's been going now. It's gone for a long time. Very successful franchise. So very very casual gameplay. It's come a long way, throughout since the early Black Ops and the Modern Warfare 2 days. So, but still maintaining that casual shooter experience. Obviously, now they're integrating Battle Royales. That's become a huge part of the game. If you don't know, Call of Duty Warzone. So, that's coming in about less than a month. With that, I think a lot of the audience, the core gamer base has moved over to the Battle Royale, but there still are the hardcore people that play multiplayer and, of course, zombies. So, at the moment, it's just the multiplayer. I think a lot of the Warzone players and Battle Royale, even the zombies creators, are just grinding out the weapons ready for the integration with the Battle Royale coming up at the end of November. So, it really will be interesting to see how many stay playing multiplayer versus the Battle Royale, and who plays both. So the good, obviously coming off Modern Warfare, slash Warzone, it's got the same engine, but it still feels slightly different. But overall, I really like how the guns feel. I think that's a huge factor. Where if you look at Cold War, it didn't give you that sense like you're holding a gun. I know we're playing a video game, but the thing I always felt with Warzone or Modern Warfare, you felt felt the recoil of the gun. Especially if it was a heavier gun when you're trying to run, you just felt the gun. I know it's a very casual game in the recoil. There's not much of it, but I still feel the feedback was good. So this game is very much the same. Obviously, we are in a World War II setting, so the guns are a lot older. I think they feel great. Every gun feels different. They're all not just laser beams. So that was one big thing for me. They still have slide cancelling, mounting. You can slide mount. So if you mount your weapon on something that's mountable, a wall. I think you can do it on a pile of sandbags or wooden beam. You can now slide it along. So whether it's overpowered, I'm not too sure. But we'll just have to see and find out. There's also blind firing, which once again is adding another mechanic to the game. So you got to take your hat off to the team. Is it overpowered? I don't think so. To be honest, I haven't used it much, so we'll have to just wait and see. But overall, the mechanics, the gun feel, I think is great. I really like how they've continued with the operator layout kind of deal. So you've got a bunch of operators, all from different origins and bios. Gives you a bit of lore behind them. It's pretty cool. They all have their own certain challenges and rewards unique to that operator, which once again, just adding that little bit of, little less single, tunnel vision kind of achievements. I picked the operator that I liked, and then, I just started grinding him out. Along with that, each operator has their own, quote, favorite gun. So let's just say one operator had the MP40 and he wanted to level that MP40 a little bit quicker. You pick that operator and he gets a certain XP bonus, using that weapon. So that's just a little handy hint if you are, you want to obviously grind out all these weapons and you're not too fussed on the operators. Just make sure, you fully utilize that operator favorite weapon. Along that, there is a perk as well that gives you slightly more experience. It's not available straight away, but yeah, I think after a certain amount of levels, it's one of the perks on the guns. Speaking of guns, they've stuck with the attachment layout with the guns. So in Modern Warfare, I think you had 5 attachments. And with the Modern Warfare weapons, you can make one of them a perk. And then they obviously integrated the Cold War weapons, which also had the same amount, 5 attachments. So, yeah, they've got 10. To be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's very, as far as gun customization, it's great. There's so many more options with the adding of bloom. This is the first Call of Duty that they've added bloom, so there's more attachments that can negate or lessen the effect of bloom. So it's just another thing to add. I think this is good. Also, we are in World War II, I think, World War I or II, and it kind of gets, it kind of pushes the boundaries of we've got red dot there, we've got sights with red dots, and you can over hundreds of attachments. But once again, it is a casual game, so I guess that's mixed opinion. I'm yet to make a decision on that, but yeah. As far as the game looks, I think overall I was pretty impressed. Even though within the first match, despite my PC being able to run at ultra high settings, I went full try hard and put it all on lowest quality to try and maximize that frame rate. Part of it, felt really good, but when I noticed, when I was really, I guess you could say, stressing the game, or doing that high speed movement when you're using a lot of frames, I did notice a slight stutter, and I thought this was my PC. But every time I noticed the stutter, I was still getting over 160 frames. So whether that's a poor optimization issue or if it's just my graphics card, it wasn't something groundbreaking, but it definitely was noticeable and just kind of made it a little bit clunky at times. Speaking of how it felt, I probably about 2 to 3 games in, I was going pretty good. But then I realized the full, on a scale of 1 to 10, they went 11 on the skill-based matchmaking. I'm not sure it's because I'm in Australia, there's not as many servers, but you'd think with a high player count, there would be quite a wide audience. But yeah, I full-on felt the sweatiness. There was sweats in every game. Whether, it is good, I guess, if you're from a competitive standpoint, but once again, this is a casual game and we're in public lobbies. There was the occasional bot, but from what I felt, it definitely wasn't easy. The skill-based matchmaking was cranked, but yeah, which can turn, from previous games, it has turned a lot of people off, makes that elusive nuke that little bit harder to get. So yeah, just my thoughts. Along with this, the one thing I noticed, and a few other people have been complaining about as well, is the respawns. Sometimes you'd be, fighting on an elongated map, and you're thinking there's no way the spawn's flipped yet, and then all of a sudden you get sometimes even 2 people spawn in between your squad behind you, and that's the last thing you're expecting. You're facing where you think they are, and they come out behind you. It's very, very inconsistent at times, so I think that could do with a little bit of tweaking. That's from what I understand. That shouldn't be too hard. That along with the audio. So I was here for the beta, and the audio was it was pretty much non-existent. And when I mean audio, I mean players' footsteps. The whole game sounded like it was not muted, but almost like it was blanketed. Everything was just very quiet. And they said in the patch notes that upon release, we are going to, in quote, buff the audio. It is better, but I still think the footstep audio needs to be a little bit louder. There's obviously perks now. One of the perks is called Ninja, and that's where your footsteps are silent, which is understandable. But there was points where I did hear the footsteps, but it was almost too late. So yeah, I think that promotes a little bit of camping too, which is another problem. But apart from that, every game is not perfect. I still think this is a great game. Even though I had a little bit of whinge then, I'm still going to be playing this game at least up until the integration of Warzone. I'm definitely going to be grinding out. I'm just having fun. It's fresh. A lot of people are on. There's a fresh crowd. There's not just full of sweats. The casuals are still here. So for the meantime, definitely going to hang around. Do I recommend that you get it? If you're into, your casual shooters, and you're a fan of the previous CODs, I'm going to say yeah. But if you're looking for something different, I can't say it's drastically different. They've implemented new mechanics, but if you're looking for something, mind-boggling changing, I'd probably look elsewhere. But yeah, for me, I'm just having fun, so I'm going to be grinding it out nonetheless. I think they've come a long way, especially considering Cold War. That had a lot of negative reviews, and this, right off the bat, that it's getting more positive results. So that's me, guys. That's just my first initial thoughts. I might do an updated video if you ask. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like. It really helps out with the algorithm. If not, or you suggest that I cover something else, leave a comment down below. Thanks, guys, and till next time, happy grinding.